You're now listening to the Listen Up Podcast.
Listen up. Listen up. Listen.
All right. Welcome back to the Listen Up Podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Nick, and this week we've got me, Jamie.
When you close your eyes.
And Jordan.
Apple Core.
This week we'll be taking a look at From 2 to 3 by Peach Pit, released in 2022. Really quick, if you want to keep up with the show, you can find us on Twitter at ListUpPodcast and on Instagram at ListenUpPod. That's where we'll make any announcements regarding the show or merch. Speaking of which, if you'd like to support the show, you can find merch at interestpointproductions.com or at the link tree on the socials. So regarding the selection this week, Jamie, why did you pick this heater of an album for us? Just jump right into it.
Because it's great.
I'll let you cook, but yes.
It's great and I love it. This is the first. If you've been an avid or just even semi-recurring listener on this podcast, you've heard me.
If you just scroll through the episodes, you'll see every other Peach Pit album. Oh, there's only two albums.
So there was a lot that compounded into this one. One fantastic album. I was waiting so eagerly for it to come out, especially like with all three singles that came out, Heaters, and then this one dropped early last month.
It was March 4th, right?
Yes,
it was the day.
Right.
It was the cushion to the blow of the canceled Tyler the Creator concert.
Yes, exactly.
It came out that day. Yeah.
And then I realized that 2 weeks later, the reason I wasn't seeing Peach Pit in Nashville was because I was like, well, I'm already coming back 2 weeks before for the Tyler concert, and I can't afford to do that. So
that's really unfortunate. I hate that we didn't see that show,
everything about this, like in the moment, it was like, oh man, this sucks. But then it was like, oh, we're still seeing St. Paul and the Broken Bones. It was really great to come back, see everybody. It was a great time. From an emotional standpoint, it was very refreshing to like see all the gang in Raleigh and everything and hang out. Still got to see a great concert. And then I just keep seeing clips from Tyler shows. I'm like, fuck.
I know.
Did you guys see the cool?
Did you guys see the clip where someone was reading a book who was like, who was near the stage, and he was like, "Give me that book." And
I'm like, just imagine what shenanigans and hijinks there would have been on top of like the fucking like the lumberjack beat drop that I keep seeing, and like he's just talking, and then he says something about wood or something, and I'm like, oh, I know what's fucking coming. It like there's just every time I see a clip, I get more sad about that. And then I was like, oh fuck, and me and Vic didn't go see Peach Pit, my like number one band right now, because that concert was 2 weeks before. So yeah, it's those been things. An emotional journey healing from that concert's cancellation.
Those things, and like everything I see from Claro's Sling tour, I'm like, these shows just look beautiful. Like everyone's dressed in their little suits, playing their little instruments. Like Clara looks amazing. Like the show, the vibe looks immaculate. The closest show I think was still like DC to here, and I was I wasn't gonna go by myself, but I was gonna try and pester Zach into going, or like
he likes Phoebe. I feel like he could fuck it up at a Claro concert.
Yeah, me too. But the DC tickets sold out like the day they came out. And I was like, do DC people love Claro this much? Like, what the hell?
Apparently. Oh shit. I will be right back. But no, so I'm going to go grab the vinyl for this album because I actually do have it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah. Me too. One of the next week, I will not leave my camera. I'm going to make that declaration right now. I will be static the whole time. I'll be right back.
I gotta stand up You know what? While Jamie's taking his brief hiatus, I'm gonna show off the Canadian tuxedo to all the YouTube viewers.
All right.
So this week we got the double denim in honor of Peach Pit. We're also wearing the gotta get him up in the frame. Wait a second. We got the little cowboy boots on. It's taking a lot of balance right now. Just because
heels.
Just for heels. I wear heels. I'm a man who wears heels. No, sorry, Jordan. You just wouldn't get it. You didn't live in Texas for 3 months. I'm basically a Texan now. So anyone that I met in Texas who might be listening to this podcast, just know I'm still. It's still Texas vibes. Texas vibes in North Carolina, baby.
I'm killing till you drown or whatever.
Till I drown, right? Yeah. I'm listening to 90210 every day when I wake up. I'm putting on. I learned the what's it called? The No Idea. I learned the Don Toliver TikTok dance. You know.
Okay.
I actually didn't know.
Is that a Texas thing?
Don Toliver's from Houston. So.
Oh, is he? Oh.
You start fucking two-stepping around the bitch.
He has a song.
Yeah,
he has a song. He has a song.
Oh yeah, Travis Scott's from Houston also, right?
I didn't know that. Yeah. He's from Houston.
Yeah, Don Toliver has a song called "Swangin' on Westheimer," and Westheimer was a street that I used to like thrift a lot on. I know. It was a good time.
Oh, do you think the song's about going thrift shopping?
Yeah. Don Toliver, avid thrifter.
Bro, one of these days I'm gonna figure out how to get my hairstyle to come through on camera because right now it just looks weird. But
yeah.
I do have the vinyl for this album. I bought it as soon as it went on sale.
Ooh,
It's black on the front.
madness.
Yeah, my light is kind of, you can see my fucking LG light. And then the back is sick too. Just the boys chilling in the woods, dog.
I do like it.
Just vibing, just chilling.
There and also some of a little bit of the lyrics online are wrong. At least the lyrics on Genius compared to the lyrics that are actually on the back of the like vinyl jacket.
Yeah, because you have it too, don't you? Or did you not get one? Yeah.
No, I have it. Yeah.
You didn't get it the second it dropped though. So
Yeah.
I bought this. I think before the third single even came out. Before Vicky came
Dedication.
out. I bought it like immediately because I was like, I'm gonna like this album.
Yeah, I might have done that with Injury Reserve's newest album, but like that was a mistake. That album, the album is good and interesting. It's just insane. Like there's like
paid off.
There's like one mood that I will be in every like 2 years where I'll actually want to put it on and listen to the whole thing. It's just crazy, and I'm pretty sure that's like kind of all that they're playing at their concerts right now. So May 15th. I'm gonna get strobed to death. They're gonna be blaring auto-tune and like harsh electronic noises. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be fucking weird.
I guarantee I will take a video, post it, and one of my family members will reach out to me and say, "What is going on?" Not immediate family, but just like someone.
Definitely someone in you, especially if you're including extended family. You will have someone reach out to you about that.
My cousins will be like, "Dude, what is happening?"
I'm getting 2 new tattoos right here. This spot will no longer be void. I got a little bee on Sunday.
Nice.
I don't know if that's coming through.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
It is a thick bee.
I already saw the close-up pics on
thick boy.
Snap and Insta.
Yeah, you can find on my Twitter. I think I tweeted a picture of it.
I think you did.
Yes. I put it on my story on Instagram, but that's gone. So you snooze, you lose, listener.
The Instagrid, sacred place.
And by sacred, I just forget to post things to it. I literally think the most recent grid post I made was our wedding.
That's fine.
What is what is a grid post? Just like multiple posts?
Like on the actual like profile, like making a real post.
A grid post is like a post. It's a female trait to post more than 3 times a year. That's been established. It's also a female trait to get sick. Men cannot get sick. It's a female trait to show emotion. We don't do that.
No emotion. If you cry,
forget it.
Give me your man card, buddy.
You're getting laid off. You're losing your job, losing your manhood, losing. You become homeless the first time you cry as a man.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Yeah, I've never cried before, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, same. Yeah, none of us have cried before.
Yeah,
That's why we're fine.
Yeah, I definitely.
We wouldn't get it.
I definitely did not cry watching the second or the last episode of the Big Mouth spinoff show or anything. I definitely
Ain't
didn't.
no way.
cry.
Show?
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way
Dude,
you cried at the Nick Kroll show. There's
Exactly,
no way.
I didn't. I did not cry at the fact that there was an old dying woman and all of her like various love bugs and the people assisting her because they were going through her younger life and she reminded me a lot of Vic. I definitely didn't cry because, and then she was dying. I definitely didn't cry because it reminded me so much of that, and I wasn't sober, and that's all I could think about. I definitely did not cry. So don't fire me or evict me.
That's okay. That's really good that you didn't cry. That's cool.
I did not cry. I did not cry.
Yeah.
It wasn't even tough. It was so easy to
so easy to not cry.
Definitely not continue crying for like 5 minutes after the episode ended.
Oh man. Oh whoa.
Yeah.
Dude,
Whoa.
It fucked me up. I just kept. It didn't. I definitely didn't keep looking at the screen and then looking back at Vic and then getting more tears in my eyes. That definitely didn't happen.
This is quite the hypothetical confession that's being
Yeah, no,
made right
but
now.
good
I was
thing
about to say, you
good
kinda
thing
just keep going,
This is
Jamie.
fake though. This is good thing this didn't happen though. That didn't happen. Those weren't real events. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
But bold of you to admit that you cried at Big Mouth. But
I did not. So
yeah. That you that you did.
it was human resources.
My bad.
But
It's on
very
me.
good.
It's
I
on
highly
me.
recommend. It's like it's still pretty vulgar, but I would say less so than Big Mouth typically is.
Is it like BoJack, like in that realm of like,
Bro, parts
like-
of it get fucking
like
they're like
an-
heavy
like
ass fucking
animated
moments.
animated people who cuss, and
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
also
there's
sad.
There's still like the like sexual aspect because there's like the hormone monsters are still like part of it, but it's like the whole like the entire realm. They kind of introduced in the last season as the kids are starting to hit more stages of puberty, they develop more of the like, you know, like the anxiety mosquito and love bug and hate worms and shit like that. And so it's still, but it's basically like the world of all of those, that's just their job, and it's just the corporate office building that they work in. And then it deals with like that side of shit. But then they still do go to like the human realm and do some shit. It's good. I recommend it. I also really enjoy Big Mouth, but if you find Big Mouth
raunchy.
a little too crass sometimes,
Raunchy inside out.
there are yes. Yeah, honestly. And I definitely did not cry in the last episode of that show.
Cool.
So
Yeah, no, we believe you.
glad. Yeah. I just
Glad-
want to keep
glad
saying
we
it
cleared
so that
the
you
air.
believe me
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We
we should
appreciate
get
it.
a counter on how
The more I say
Jamie
it, I
has
feel
said
like the
that.
more believable it is. So I just want to.
Yeah, that's how.
I just want to keep reiterating that. Yeah. But yeah, this album, fucking great. I bought it. I bought the album as soon as it came out before I heard even the third single from it, and not disappointed in any way, shape, or form.
The third single was Vicky, right?
Yes.
And that's one of your favorites, right?
Yes. Yeah. I would say both
I'm
Lookout
psychoanalyzing you?
and Vicky are like in my top 4 on the album easily.
Top 3 and an 8-3. Let's go, baby.
It's
Okay.
I have
three
a
out of
surprising
8-3.
number 1, I think, or at least it was surprising to me when I really sat
okay.
down to think about this. But Up Granville was still really good. Like it still came out, and I was like, oh, this album's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But then as the singles kept coming out, I was like, oh, this is even better, man. I need this shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very excited for it to drop in March. And I think that weekend I listened to it, probably I'd already listened to it like 6 times
Okay.
before, like come Tuesday morning, me clocking into work.
Yeah, we
I
were
probably already listened to the
rinsing
album.
it in the car.
It's so fucking good. Yeah, I mean, but this is also the first one I think where, like the first album of Peach Pits, where the first listen I was like, they're all really good. Like The other ones I've come in time where I enjoy every single song that they've put out, but like, you know, I didn't love Shagu's Side Turn and Techno Show off of Being So Normal. I now hits the whole way through. I still gave it a 10 though because I love that album, and I still stand by that. And then like You and Your Friends, I was like neutral about like Puppy Grin and Thursday and
Your Teeth?
Live at the Swamp. And Teeth, yeah, I would throw it in there. But now, every song I really enjoyed all the way through. But this one was the first one where, like, off the rip, I was like, these are all very good songs.
Yeah.
So that was, like I said, it was, you know, I wasn't nervous about buying the record outright like that, but I was like, it paid off, and I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
I took a micro gamble, and it it paid off.
Yeah, I for one, like, I really liked some of their singles, and just I was probably I really enjoyed probably half of both of their of both of their albums, not both of their first albums. That doesn't make any sense. But like I'm still not super familiar with like their singles and EPs. I know like Peach Pit and Sweet FA off of that first off of like Peach Pit. I think that's the EP's name. That was like their first thing ever. But
Okay.
and I still like pretty much enjoy all of their music. But this album, there's just something about it. Like I think
it's the country twang to it. Or
Yeah,
the country tinges.
Yeah, it's like the indie nature of it mixed with the country nature of it is just some sort of perfect formula for me.
Exactly.
It just wraps it all up and like spits it out in this thing that sounds strange when you describe it to people, and then you play them two songs from it and they're like, this is so catchy, and you're like,
yeah,
I know.
Bro, dude, hearing it, I was like, Nick's gonna fuck with some of this for sure.
Yeah, and I liked Up Granville when it came out. That was the first single, and but I wasn't huge on it. And then Look Out was the second single, and you sent it to me, and you were like, I know you're gonna like this. And I listened to it, and I was like, shit, I really like this.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I did it. I sent it to you, and I was like, you're gonna want to listen to this.
Yeah, but Vicky, I liked it too, and yeah, as soon as the album came out, I think I just put it on when we woke up and weren't sure what we were gonna do that day. And just played it while we were getting ready, and like
started off getting Bojangles, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. But a must do for any visitor to North Carolina. Got to hit Bojangles one time,
at least,
maybe even twice.
When I go back, I think I've averaged in like the 4 trips I've taken back to North Carolina since moving out to Denver, I've hit it once a day on average. I was doing the math the other day, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure
that's the average. Sometimes more than once a day.
Well, yeah. Well, I had it 3 times the 4 days I was in town for the wedding.
Fair.
Okay. So probably just didn't eat on your wedding day, right? Or did you?
No, we had it. What do you? That's what we had for breakfast? Zach and Dylan went and got it while we were getting ready.
Oh yeah.
And then I had it the night before that, and maybe the day before that. Honestly, I ate it quite a lot.
I can barely remember.
Yeah, good time.
I'd be fucking with those jangles. Bro.
That was good times though.
Mm-hmm.
I remember whenever we first went on this isn't really the same thing, but whenever we first went on the road trip across the country, we got Bojangles that one, and then like the Southern Shock.
Shock. Yeah. If you want to see more of what John's talking about, I should have said it, but we are in video. So if you missed last week's episode, the podcast is now in video. If you want to check out the YouTube channel, it's at the socials in the link tree.
Yeah, I kind of while you were gone, I kind of hinted at that. I showed off the fit that I was wearing. I did a little a little TikTok get ready with me video.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure
he didn't do like the shirts from ASOS, jeans from Nike.
Actually,
he just kind of
ASOS.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Vsauce. Hey Vsauce.
Hey Vsauce. But no, dude, like literally, like you know how much like just nostalgia I have from like just that like trip, just from like Dude, I don't know. It's just like the weather was perfect and like everything was
Except
just
for that
like we had just
hailstorm in Kansas.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
that was kind of crazy. But like we had just
like missing
and that shitty food in St. Louis, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the best.
I mean, I like the breakfast tacos at Fuzzy's, but I tried some of y'all's and I was like, yeah, they have like 3 good tacos and they're the 3 that I'd eaten before.
Yeah, they weren't the best.
There's a Fuzzy's out here. I should revisit it. No. When I could go to Torchy's, why would I go to Fuzzy's?
Exactly.
But listener, yes, if you want to hear more and see things of that trip, check out the YouTube channel. It is on there.
On the channel.
It is on. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's called like The Boys Go West. It's the only video that's not the podcast on the YouTube channel. So It's really easy to find. But yeah. And maybe at Bonnaroo, we're going to be trying to do some more shit like that.
Going to turn into a documentarian.
David and Vic and stuff.
When is that again?
June
16th through the 19th.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
Yep.
That Thursday to Sunday, that's all I know. But yeah, so hopefully we're gonna be doing some more hijinks and aloofness.
Shenanigans.
We'll try to also swing by and hang out with Jordan some too. We got to figure out their scheduling, okay? But no promises. But maybe the 3 of us will be together for at least a small snippet of a video in June again. Anyways,
into the album.
so Jordan, I was gonna say, what did you think about it? Just on a general level.
Kind of just. I mean, it lived up to the expectations that I had, where I just didn't think like I was gonna love it, but I think I liked it better than the last one.
That makes sense.
The last one was a little bit too. I can't even remember what word I'm trying to use, but
slowish, indie rockish kind of shit.
Yeah, I think this one's a little bit more upbeat, but
on an average, I would say that.
Again, it's not like I'm gonna like tell someone to turn it off if they start playing this, but I still don't think it's like really my style of music that much, and it just didn't hit any differently than like I thought. Like none of the songs were like, oh, now I see why like this is really good, you know, or like it was another.
Maybe by their 4th album, I'll convert you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I still try to listen to their music, but
whenever Peach Pit comes out with a rap album, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, their rap.
Neo just start fucking throwing bars down over. Bro, he blacked out in the booth a couple of times on this album. So
I want to hear the Kenny Beats Peach Pit song.
Hell yes.
Oh
I want to see Peach Pit on the Cave.
They're very good. They do a hell of a cover of Johnny Be Good.
Oh really?
Not any sort of rap, but yeah. What I saw them when I discovered them at the first Bonnaroo that I went to. We saw them on one of the smaller stages. That's kind of what I'm excited about for Bonnaroo is whenever we hit a moment where there's a lull, you can normally discover some pretty good shit there on the smaller stages. I'm
just excited for Turnpike,
dude, it's gonna be so good. They ended their set with a cover of Johnny Be Good, and it was really fucking.
That's cool.
I have like 15 or 20 seconds of it on video somewhere.
Gotcha.
Nice.
But yeah, we were like just chilling there, and then I heard that intro riff, and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? I know this song."
These boys playing that Back to the Future song.
I can't remember if Chris did like the Chuck Berry kind of like walk thing or not. I feel like he probably did, but I don't remember.
I don't know if it still is, but I know that their Instagram bio was playing good old Southern Canadian music.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was really funny. That's pretty much just this album. Like their older stuff like maybe some guitar tones are kind of country-ish, but this one is the main one. And
Mikey finally got his fucking harmonica on the stew.
Yeah.
After being a live only treat for a few years, finally got that shit on wax.
I know Chris and Neil are the lead guitarist and the lead singer and like rhythm guitars.
And rhythm guitars. Yeah.
So what are the other 2 members' names again?
Mikey is the drummer. Mikey Pascuzzi, if I remember correctly. It's something Italian and very funny. And then Pete or Petey is the bassist.
Bass
Peter,
player?
Petey.
Yeah,
he's the bass player.
Petey.
Honestly, he might have been the first. Oh, just bumped my mic.
Oop.
He might have been the first person who I saw with a nose ring, and I was like, I think I could do a nose ring. Because there are people like Curtis Connor and whoever who have like the black hoop, and I'm like, I fuck with that, but their style is quite different from mine. But I saw it on Pete, and I was like, we have similar styles. I think I could do it.
Yeah,
bro, those
and
guys.
A little nudging of Vic, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna try it, and I probably will die with this ring in. So I like it.
Hell yeah, let's go. These boys, they have an incredible like thrifted country skater vibe.
Yes,
just they're always fitted to the nines, like not in suits, but just well curated outfits, and they just look good. Their music videos, great.
Yes,
I know
yeah,
you.
That's
I know you love the Vicky music video, but the Look Out music video is my favorite. I really love it.
It's also a very good one. I was gonna say I am not this is well known. I am not a music video person, but I do really enjoy. And actually, for all of their albums, they like the music videos they do. Almost across the board, they're all like really visually interesting. Because I think they have a bunch of like artist friends, who are like visual artists or like videographers or shit, and they're the ones who do it. And so there's a lot of like creative, mixing there. And it like the fucking Black Licorice music video where they either performed the actions slowly and then sped up the camera or the other way around. It's been a while since I saw it, but yeah, just that where it's like kind of distorted reality, shit like that. And yeah, I think the Vicky one it might be my favorite with just the transitions as he goes behind objects. Yeah. That's just in any movie or TV show, I've always enjoyed that visual motif. And so it's just a video of that. And I really enjoy that.
It's like me. Anytime
I got nothing on OK Go videos, bro.
Anytime a camera doesn't cut, anytime a camera shot is held for more than 30 seconds, my heartbeat just starts increasing. And I'm pretty
long take.
It's still going, and I'm pretty sure the Lookout video is like all one take. I think
it definitely
looks like it from my memory. I don't remember any obvious cuts.
If it's not, it's very, very clever cutting.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, dude, that's like my favorite fucking one of my favorite things in the I'm pretty sure it's in the Vicky one where Chris and Neil switch places. Like they open the truck and then like pan around and then they switch places.
Yeah.
And then the other, I love that shit. Just uncut, just like as the camera moves, they switch behind the scenes. Very, very, very
movie
clever
magic.
Boys up there in Vancouver. Pretty sure
they don't make them like that down here.
Down here, they're just racist.
Up there, they're boiled down to the concentrated goodness of what it means to be a man. They're the maple syrup of good fine fellas. And down here, that's hard to come by. You know what I'm saying? Can I get an amen?
Everybody's grifting. But yeah, so we can
judging by Jordan's facial expression, we should go to the next subject.
I think judging by Jordan's facial, we gotta end the show. I think Jordan
you guys are talking about stuff like that I don't really have any input on. So like,
it's just we're just joking because now we have to remind ourselves to like, even though we're listening and mentally engaged, we have to stay visually because we're on camera. Yes. I had that last week where it was like, I was like fully present for things, but then I'm like, I just don't look like I'm tuned in at all. But like I'm sitting there talking. It's just very funny because
I like the tiredness hit me a little bit. So I'm trying to like work through that as well. But like I keep yawning. So I'm sorry to everybody.
It says it's supposed to snow here tonight. What the fuck? Anyways,
Colorado.
April 13th. and it was 70 degrees 2 days ago.
It's been like 80.
Violet's barking in the background.
Yeah, dude, it is hot this week,
Damn,
man.
really?
Yeah.
Not here, but it'll be nice and sunny for my first baseball game of the season on Sunday.
I'm wearing
It'll be like 70.
I'm wearing some Patagonia baggies to work tomorrow. I'm gonna see. So I'm gonna count how many people tell me that I'm wearing swim trunks. We're gonna see.
Wait, are you wearing the orange ones?
No. I'm just gonna wear like.
I was about to say
the office.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
You know what's fucking weird? I love shorts. I'm a big short wearer, but at any job I've worked, other than being a lifeguard, even like serving at the smokehouse, it felt I accidentally tore a pair of pants bending down to pick something up one time because of my dump truck ass. And I had to go to the car. I had to get Vic to run out to the car and get me like the pair of like my backup clothes in there, and it was a pair of shorts. I felt so fucking weird. I felt like a patron, and then like same thing at Tally, and like now my job, like I wear t-shirts to work, but I just wouldn't wear shorts. It feels.
I know what you're saying.
In an office can see my knees.
I know what you're saying.
Dude, I would totally be down.
That's how I felt inside for a long time, but I'm just gonna try it tomorrow. I'm just gonna see how it feels.
Do it, Nick.
Report back. Maybe fuck it. Maybe when it's like 90 degrees here in July, maybe I'll do it too. Who knows?
Shorts at work. Could be the move.
You could start a fucking movement. So do we want to get specifically into the album? Because I believe it or not, I have quite a lot of notes.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
What the hell?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
What's that song?
Up Granville? Up Granville?
Lord, have mercy.
Grew on me so much. Yeah. Now it's probably one of my favorites. It's
okay. It didn't quite grow on me that much, but
it lifts me out of whatever headspace I'm in. Like if I feel like I'm in any sort of overthinking or like kind of down headspace, I'm just like, you know what, Peach Pit would be good, and I throw on that song. I'm in my car, sun's out, I'm vibing, windows down if it's above 70 degrees. You know the vibe,
bro. If it's above like 55 at this point, I put the windows down.
you're just praying.
I underestimated how much the cold would drain on me in ways that I did not anticipate.
Really?
I think it would be like that for me. I think like living here in the summer, like every year, I'm like, man, I just want to move to like Virginia or like somewhere a little more north. But I know as soon as it hits single digits in the winter, I'm like, bring me back, take me back. I don't care.
It's not like it's bad enough to where I want to go, but it's to the point where it was so cold for so long. Because like North Carolina, it rises and falls, but here it was like, oh, it's just cold from
North Carolina's
mid-December
the weather is still so insane.
To February. It's like 20. And so when it started to get like above 45, I was like, it's shorts weather. I can't take this anymore.
Short season, baby. I don't see ice anymore.
Yeah, I work remote every other day, and if in the morning when I take the dogs out, it's above 45, gym shorts and a hoodie. I've become one of those people. Fair. I never would have been. I wasn't a shorts below 65 person before moving out here, and so it's my internal temperature barometers. Yeah, like, you're one of those fucking dead of winter. You're walking around like Centennial.
Not anymore. Every once in a while, I accidentally do it. But I remember like when I was younger, my mom used to like force me to wear pants some days because I would just wear shorts. I would want to wear shorts every single day.
See, I was the opposite. I wore jeans every day, even in the summer. My mom would be like, "It's too hot. You can't wear jeans."
Okay, yeah, that.
I was one of those fucking freaks.
You were dad mode as a kid.
You were like, dude, you just play in the dirt, like in a 90-degree weather, just like
wearing jeans, baby.
In your jeans,
wearing bootcut jeans for years as a kid. That was me.
You had a blue collar spirit.
It is so funny how on the opposite ends of the spectrum we are there. But I was going somewhere. I was going somewhere with that.
Shorts in the winter?
No, it is fully gone. It is fully gone now. That thought, it like...
Damn.
out the window.
Well, the Peach Pit album.
Yeah, so back to this. But
nice
yeah,
to discuss.
This was one where like I said, the single came out and I was like, okay, fuck yes. But then like once all the other singles came out, I was like, oh, I guess Up Granville is going to be like my low point on the album.
Okay.
But
and
but
was
I
it
still
your
enjoy
low
it,
point?
and it's still good, and it has grown on me as well.
Okay.
I still wouldn't throw it in the top my favorites though. I mean, it's a really good one. I love the chorus.
Even at the golden light of morning, leading you away from all this strife, having ordinary company that always leaves you dry. Even at the cocaine continental, laughing at the way you cut your lines, having all of everybody's bag and bucking up the time.
The
Me too.
even at the golden light of morning. Talking about the cocaine continental, laughing at the way you cut your lines. It's so like, it's fantastic delivery, and it's a great chorus. I'm kind of surprised that like that was the one that you were like, yes, this is my mood booster. Because for me, that's Give Up Baby Go, I think.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They both are, but I
we'll
think
get
the
into
way
that in a little bit.
I think the way Up Granville just kind of builds itself up,
Yeah, it
like
starts with that
elevates
guitar
its
and
energy,
then-
and really gets full in the chorus. I think that explosion is like a little flower blossom. It's just like a bloom into a better mood.
You know what's funny? That feeling you're describing, that's what Texas Moon is for me. Like the entire EP, especially like Chocolate Hills.
Oh yeah.
That's one where I'm just like, I don't really know what I want to listen to. I kind of want something in the background that's gonna like, lift my spirits. Not like I'm sad, but just like kind of cut through the fog in my brain. I'm just like, gonna throw on Chocolate Hills and just mentally cruise down like a lone desert highway.
I love that album, but it's not really like, it's not necessarily happy or sad for me. It's just like, but it's like, it's more sad than happy.
Yeah, but
though
for me, it's more of an introspective kind of thing. Like that EP dropped, and I was just listening to it a bunch when it first came out. And then there was one day where like me and Vic were driving, like we were going to Sonic, but we were like taking the dogs and just going on a drive. We were going to go to Sonic close to us, but it was closed down. So we had to go to one like 20 minutes away. Cause they're not good hot dogs, but when you have a hankering for that hot dog, then it's kind of like all you want. And so we just were like, fuck it. We got time. It's like a nice Sunday afternoon. So we're just like driving through kind of these suburban streets at like dusk. That was playing. I was just like, I'm not stressed about anything in life right now.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, I think feeds back into like that mentality of that, like that drive where I'm just like, for the first time in like since I learned what stress and pressure were, I was like, I just don't feel any, like, I'm just fully relaxed right now. So I think it's kind of like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then
I want to get into a story about hot dogs, but I won't.
Okay.
I won't do it.
we learned about some hot dogs last weekend. Me and Jordan.
We got no tax hot dogs, bro.
Nice.
They were good.
Nice.
I think technically tax was included in the price, and they round.
It probably
off the
was.
prices, but
It's included
probably
in
was.
the price. It's already included.
But no, Jamie, it literally was like a diner. Like we could just see the dude grilling the hot dogs
Hell
on like
yeah,
the like
bro.
rolly or like it was a flat. It was a flat, but he'd like flip them and stuff and
I
like
bet that shit was good.
yeah,
It was good.
Like literally, there's only chili, mustard, slaw, and onions.
yeah.
That's the only toppings you could get.
they don't
That
have
sounds good
ketchup
as
in the
fuck.
restaurant.
But do they have mustard?
or
Yeah.
cheese sauce. They don't have
Okay.
cheese sauce, dude.
Well, all you need
They're purists.
for a good dog, all you need is mustard.
That's it.
I
No chopped onions.
I don't like raw
was
onion.
gonna say that's a lot. That's nothing to put on a hot dog.
I
But
don't like raw onion and chili. Normally, you can only taste the chili. You lose the dog.
yeah,
And it makes us sloppy. I don't fuck
You
with
eating the
that.
wrong dog.
In the wrong dog, buddy.
Bro, I go to Doghouse regularly.
Oh.
Just kidding. That's like the opposite hot dog. That's like the fucking Burger Fi of hot dogs.
You a Barstool guy?
That's hilarious. The Burger 5
No.
hot dogs, bro.
One
but
bite,
yeah,
everybody
so
knows.
Vicky, the next song on the album and the third single that came out.
Yes.
It is so fucking good. I mean, I don't know how you can listen to that and just not like start start
bouncy.
wiggling to it. Get a little
Start wiggling.
start grooving. And the chorus, especially the one that then leads into the solo in the song, it's so fucking good.
Oh, Vicky, it don't need to be alright. Your setting sun won't fall right where you think. Yeah, Vicky, you always keep me around. But I think, God, you don't live next door.
I love whatever they're
I think it
doing
was an
to the
okay song.
guitar, like the envelopey, like warbly sound, the like it like
Yeah.
it just sounds different. You can tell there's some sort of effect that I don't know what it is because I don't know a lot about guitars or gear, but I love it.
You're not a big gearhead?
No, I'm not a huge
Nick ain't a
gear guy.
gearhead, buddy.
Yeah, I like everything about it. But I think you not right next door. So good. Phenomenal. That
Love the
song
little
he wrote
rips.
for a friend of his because she said she was just talking. It was like her birthday was before too long. And she was like, I've never had someone write a song about me. So he just wrote a song for her.
That's interesting.
I think he said they had been sitting on it for a while, right? And then this album, it kind of finally just worked out.
I think there were a couple on this album that were like that. I don't know which one specifically, but I'm pretty sure that some of these were like, they've had them for a while, maybe fucked around, kind of played them at live shows and stuff. And then this was the album they decided to, some of them,
Release
a lot
them.
of other ones were written during like lockdown COVID type shit, or at least like the words for them, because that's why it's called From 2 to 3. A lot of the songs were written like in bouts of like insomnia during the lockdown. And that's why it's also kind of like a quieter album overall compared to their other ones, because it's like, at least for a lot of like Neil's parts, I'm pretty sure it was not like the recordings of them, but kind of like the piecing them out and shit. It kind of like was done late at night in his apartment.
He had neighbors, bro. He couldn't
Exactly. So that's why.
And I think that speaks to the album art a little bit too, like how it's majority black and then that little bit of light in the middle. With it has all four of them like at a car
like
wash,
a garage or something.
Yeah, but it looks like one of those like self car washes where you get a power.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Power washer,
now that I'm looking at it, you're definitely right because they are spraying the car with water.
I think it's in the Up Granville music video if I remember right, but
it might be.
It's been a while
watched
since
that
I've
one in a
seen it.
long time.
Yeah, but
you can see.
what was I saying? But yeah, it's like
Neil.
it doesn't really matter like
Right.
what's in the center of the album. It's kind of like that. It's not light at the end of the tunnel. It's like the little
The sun coming up.
yeah, kind of like it's like the spark of imagination inside your head when like you're trying to shut everything out,
Mm-hmm.
like the insomnia you're talking about. Like it's that thing you can't get out of your head. It's the thing you can't turn off. The thing that's pestering you.
And so that's
Pestering
kind of,
might be a bad
like,
word.
Wait, but yeah, I get what you mean though. But yeah, so that's kind of like where not the genesis of the album is, but like where a lot of it, kind of the vibe of it stems from those like super late night writing sessions. If I am correct in that, if you guys listen to this and I'm wrong,
Neil, let us
please
know.
don't beat me up because I will be at one of your concerts at some point. But for a band that smokes a lot of weed, you guys didn't come to Denver on your tour. So
Yikers.
It's legal, guys. Come on.
It's literally legal, bro.
Literally. But yeah, so Vicky was a huge one for me. That was one where I was like, okay, now I really cannot wait for this album to come out any longer. I think it came out like either December or January, I think.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Maybe
I have no idea.
Maybe a little close to the release date. I don't remember exactly, but I played it quite a lot when it first came out. Yeah, and then Lips Like Yours. That was like the first new song on the record, and I was like, hell yeah.
I've always been a big fan of that song. Right when it came out, I thought it was one of my favorites. And it still is, but it's more on an equal playing field with the rest of them than it was when I first heard it. Because when I first heard it, I loved it, and I was like, man, this song, like something about it. But now it's kind of like tamed down a little bit. Like I like it as much as Up Granville, as much as Vicky, as much as like some of the other ones. But I love the story behind it. Like how they weren't even gonna put it on their album, and then their main producer for the album, his son, who's basically like a drumming prodigy, his son, who he would show the songs to his son and just like talk to his son about them. He's 5 years old, and he told his son that they weren't going to put Lips Like Yours on the album, and his son was like, what? Like, that's like my favorite song. and they were like, okay, we'll keep it on the album. But yeah, recently at one of their more recent shows, they had their producer's son come up on stage with them to play Up Granville, I think. It was. I think he only played one song. I don't think he played the whole show, but he played drums alongside Mikey, like for the song.
5 or 6.
Yeah, he's 5. He's 5, and
fucking
like
crazy.
Just playing on stage, and like his dad, the producer, like panned out and showed the audience. It was a room of like, it had to be like 500 people at least. Like it was a huge place.
Tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't like a small Carborough show. Like it wasn't like a small Cat's Cradle show. It was like a big indoor venue. And this 5-year-old is just up on stage jamming out. Like you watch him and he's just hitting everything just like the other drummer. He's just
that's
going
so
crazy.
fucking sick. I have crippling stage fright. So anytime I see like the younger the kid is, I'm like, damn, I like would have been so far from being comfortable doing that as a kid.
And I another reason I thought it was so cool was because the producer who worked with them for this album is the guy who's produced all of Bahama's albums, and and he doesn't work with anyone outside of Bahamas that much. He works with like Feist and like a couple other people, but his name's Robbie Lakritz, and I know like I was reading about it, and he helped produce their album, this Peach Pit album, a lot, just like over it was over Zoom, and just like it was from a distance. Like they had some sort of software that allowed them to like send him whatever music they were creating without any latency, and he was giving them feedback on it. But I'm pretty sure he was on like the other coast of Canada, and I don't think they actually met in person until Leo played that show like last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they said like they'd never met in person until like after it was like done and cut.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
Modern world, baby.
Yeah, and it sounds incredible. The album sounds amazing.
That's the new version of Dan and Pat making Thick Freakness by recording it in Pat's parents' basement, Dan running to his house where he has the fucking 8-track mixer, mixing it, bringing it back, seeing what they don't like, and then doing it again. That's how they made Thick Freakness, because I think they had to make it in like 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Like they got a deal, and they were like, yeah, when can you put out more shit? And they were like, 2 weeks from now or some shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
They talked about it. I can't remember if that was with, I can't remember if that was on a Broken Record or if that was on the NPR interview they did. But that shit was so funny to listen to. And I'm like, what a duo.
What a duo. But real quick, I was gonna say like, again, these songs, like I can kind of tell like why you guys would like them, but again, it's just like they sound well made, if that makes sense. Like
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
They sound produced well.
They sound well made, but a lot of them sound pretty similar. And like they're not like they might have a good energy to them, but they're not incredibly up tempo or anything. Yeah,
and just someone who like again, I feel like it's very hard for me to go out of my comfort zone a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like it's easy for me within my own genre to go out of my comfort zone. Like, but like again, I just like find myself really just liking those like really loud sounds and really like out there.
We got to do
beats,
we got to do a Charlie XCX album.
Honestly, dude, I've listened to a Charlie XCX.
I haven't listened to the new one yet.
The one song I know by Charlie XCX.
Is it called After the After Party featuring Lil Yachty?
It's the I like
1999 featuring Troye Sivan.
No, it's the I crashed your car into a bridge. I watched and let it burn. That song.
Is Charlie XCX in that song?
Like, then goes like.
I thought it was.
I was about to sing. I was about to sing Adele. I was about to sing. I set fire to the rain, watch it burn as I. Dude, for some reason you hit all those keywords and I almost started singing that.
Bro, I thought
it's not by Charlie XCX, right?
No, it's by Icona Pop featuring Charlie XCX.
Okay.
So I don't know any songs by Charlie XCX then.
You'd probably know Boom Clap.
I know
that was on the All Star Stars.
Boom Clap, The Sound of My Heart.
Yeah,
that song got overplayed.
I know the chorus.
As hell.
I know the chorus. Yeah, because of that. It's like
that
Starships.
song's a pop, dude.
That shit
that song
blew
good.
up everywhere.
I don't know if Starships got overplayed, but
I wouldn't say overplayed, but like I've never listened to it on my own, but I know most words to that song.
Okay.
Because it was everywhere for like 4 months.
I got you.
Bro, fucking, we were at a gay club a few weeks ago. I think it was around St. Patrick's Day. And they fucking, like, there was a drag show going on, and like two people back to back, one queen went off to I Love It, that song, and then the next one like back to back was like Starships. I was like, okay, I can fuck with this. I was like, all right, taking it, little few years ago,
dude, 2000 nostalgia, too good, man.
It hits like no other era.
Too good.
But Lips Like Yours, I love the bridge going into the fourth verse of that a lot, especially where it's like the what is it, just a 110 Betty taking over, have a chorus line carry in the show, like that shit. I'm just like locked into it.
Yeah,
feels very good.
Stop breaking down. Stop breaking down to your loneliness. All I want is just a 110 Betty taking over, have a chorus line carry, and the show would be merry. Then it's over and you could just like it. Yeah, you could just like it.
Yeah, Neil's in his feels on that one. He's getting yanked around a little bit.
Yeah, and then he fucking blacked out in the booth on Pepsi on the House.
Yeah, then he's doing the yanking on Pepsi.
Then he started,
Pepsi on the House.
I love that song. It from the start. It was one of like the highlights for me on the album. Oh, I gotta take the lyrics off of this screen. It is way too bright. It's making my under eyes look like I haven't slept in weeks.
But I like if you play that song, even not just the vinyl, like if you play that song out of a set of speakers, like the speakers you and I have, Jamie, those drums thump. They're loud.
Live a little, won't you, just to seem like your own age.
The this might be my favorite like drum mixing on any of their albums.
Yeah.
I think the drums really come through on this album more than on the other ones.
Yeah, it's surprising. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like the
especially
upbeatness
on
of this one a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. If you had to pick highlights, I probably would have guessed for you, Jordan, that this one would be on there because of like just how up tempo and the drumming in it is so good.
Yeah, I could definitely see this like playing on in the car or something. Probably not me put it on, but like I could probably vibe to it if one of you.
Yeah, this is the one that I tried to do an ad lib from for my intro, and then I realized I fucked it up. But dude, like the first verse is kind of like he's like calling out the other person and be like, oh, you're like, why are you pretending to be whatever? You're just like putting on this like facade or whatever. But the fucking second verse, this was why I say Neil blacked on the booth, because he fucking just like I listened to this song for like a month, and then I just happened to be driving home and in the right mood, and then I really listened to what the words said, and I was like, oh my god, he fucking said.
What do the words say?
The second verse, folded your fascination up to see me go, but you crack at the thought of all the guys I would blow. Then in a bedroom decorated like my taste, when you fuck, do you close your eyes and think of my face?
Folded your fascination up to see me go, but you crack at the thought of all the guys I would blow. And in a bedroom decorated like my taste,
like, are you so unhappy with whatever your current relationship is because you're pretending you don't like me, that you like them because they are copying my style? And when you're literally fucking them, do you imagine me instead?
Jeez.
I was like, God damn,
he's feeling sassy.
Bro, you
Yeah,
fucking
let our boy talk. All right,
he was spicy on that one.
But most of the time, a lot of Peachpit songs are kind of sad. Neil's being a little negatively introspective.
Yeah,
gotta let him pop off.
Yeah, this one he was like, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm calling you out this time.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Tommy's party, Neil's getting called out. This one, vengeance.
Did they ever say Pepsi on the house in that song?
No, I don't know where the title comes from.
so.
I'm not even gonna lie. I have no idea where I don't know if that's like a reference to something that I just don't know of. I have no idea.
I get a Dr. Pepper on the house.
Can I get a Pepsi on the house?
Pepsi? Yeah,
Can I get a Pepsi?
I'm going on a tear now when like trying to correlate odd song titles to what they're really about, or if they're just random, because I figured out today that 7 and 7 by the Turnpike Troubadours is a cocktail that's a Seagram. It's like Seagram's seventh something whiskey. It's like some kind of liqueur whiskey thing mixed with 7-Up, and that's why it's called a 7 and 7. And in the song, he says something about 7-Up and Seagrams, and I was like, fuck, that's why it's called 7 and 7, because that's literally what like the drink is made of. And I didn't know that until today. And that's like my favorite Turnpike song. Never mind.
It's a very good one.
It doesn't matter.
It's a very good one. But yeah, the song immediately following that, an easy one to see where the title came from, Look Out. Oh my God. This song came out in October. I know that because it was like right when it started to get cooler, and I would be walking the dogs. No, at that point it was still just a dog. It was just Leo. But I would be walking them, and it would be like cold-ish, but I would still just wear like gym shorts and a hoodie to walk Leo, and I'd be walking around not sober, and just kind of like, this song to me feels like the album cover. Like it feels like you're at night in a dark setting, but there's still like a little bit of light. And so walking on like the street lights around our apartment complex like that, I was like, it's like I'm in the song right now. I played that song so fucking much in the month of October that like it showed up in my top 100 for the year. Pretty high in my top 100. And that cutoff is in November for Spotify Wrapped. So it came out like mid-October,
Rinsing?
I'm pretty sure.
He's running through it.
I listened to that song so many fucking. It's such a good song. I love the vibe, but it definitely like. I don't know. It was one of my favorite lead singles, and it still is probably in my like top 3 on the album as a whole. I love that song. The like country blues vibe contrasted with Neil's like pretty clean, undistorted, like poppier vocal delivery, but still in that style of it. You're right. Just something about those two things. You feel like they shouldn't mix. For me, they're in like perfect tandem on that song. It's just like whatever the combo is right there, they bullseyed that shit for me. Yeah, like the descending line and the guitar and vocals, the like, if you can't get your hands around my little shoebox, fine. The guitar does a little like walk down, and then Neil kind of does it in his vocals too. Money.
All I ever wanted was your peace of mind. If it's hard to catch you hanging around my little shoebox fight, you know how I love to unwind. Look out, I'm stoned again.
It was a little slow for me, I'd probably say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
For sure. I didn't think you would like it at all.
yeah.
It's just a guess.
Yeah.
Just honestly.
I love when he says, if my heart was beating louder, you'd hear it breaking in.
And it's only something real if you don't know where I've been.
There I sat just looking at the fool I've been. If my heart was beating louder, you hear it breaking in. But it's only something real if you don't know where I've been.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It fucking crazy. But like the chorus, I love it so much. And it feels like I'm driving around. Like I wrote down, it feels like I'm driving around through somewhere like downtown Yadkinville, like downtown of a city, but it's like all 1-story buildings, empty streets, very few streetlights. But specifically on like a summer night after a thunderstorm rolled through like 20 minutes before then. So the ground is still like wet and reflective like a movie set.
I can see
But
that.
then you're just, and there's no other cars. You're just kind of like driving around and cruising on like little back roads. That's what that song feels like to me.
Just know, babe, it's hard to give in. Look out for me, won't you know? I just might pass you by. Out here tonight, would you like me to go along my way without me even saying hello?
And so it's just, dude, I love the song so much.
I could see that. I could see golden hour on the interstate. I could see maybe dropping a friend off at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I could see just, it's just heartwarming.
It is. And I just think it's such a good, I don't know, it talks about things like, someone's got to watch out for me and they'll check on me because they know how I like to give in, talking about like, being addicted to substances and kind of like your friends knowing that you're trying to do better at whatever. And then like they'll check up on you because just like the entire vibe of the entire song. I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then Killer Harmonica from Mikey in there.
Incredible.
Fantastic harmonica. I have a harmonica. I should really actually learn to play it. And then it rolls really well. I feel like vibe wise, it rolls into everything about you. I think it just is a really good transition, and I really fuck with that song too. That was one where at first it was a bit jarring for me, but then I've come to like really enjoy that song.
It was my least favorite for a long time, but I like it a lot more now, and I especially love the second half of it. The pull every trigger and drown me out.
And I don't even know how. Pull every trigger and drown me out. I got the dough here in hand, just waiting for you. Come home, baby. Don't take it back. Pull every trigger and drown me out. I got the dough here in hand, just waiting for you. Come home, baby. Don't take it back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Drown me out. I gotta go.
I weirdly like this one a little bit more than like
Really?
the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's maybe like the long drawn out kind of
Dude,
nature of it.
where it hits, I want to actually like read it, so I'm gonna look it up. But like where he starts to do the like drawn out, don't cry, baby, don't cry, don't, like that section. If I'm in the right mood for it, that will fuck me up.
But am I still the way that you like? Catch me on the wayside. Baby, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Interesting.
Like I was listening to this album one time, just driving home on like kind of a overcast day, some like sad news I just received. I was listening to it, and that "don't cry" part, I'm like, if I wasn't a man afraid to lose my job and house, I would cry right now.
Wait, what?
Bro,
you
that was
can
a
cry.
textbook. That was a textbook callback.
Jordan, you're not on one tonight.
I'm confused. You were in the car and you were afraid to cry?
No, because we.
Oh wait, okay, I got it.
All right, this is where we explain to Jordan what comedy.
Dude, I got the worst sleep probably ever of my life last night. I'm so sorry.
It happens. It's okay. We'll
And I took like a 3-hour nap. I took a 3-hour. I went to bed at 3 and woke up at like 6 and couldn't go back to sleep. So I got like 3 hours of sleep. Then I had to take like a hella long nap in the middle of the day, so like 11 to 1 ish.
Dude, your day's just fucked.
So I probably got like 5 hours of sleep total throughout the thing with a fucked up sleep schedule.
If I take a nap longer than half an hour, like
my day is ruined.
I wake up and I'm mentally in the twilight zone for the next 3 hours. It's unrecoverable.
Dude, those naps hit hard. Like those naps are
hit
amazing,
bad.
You know,
no.
30-minute naps for me hit fucking. If I have a nap, I mean, it could be 31 minutes, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened? I wake up at 30, I'm spry. I'm out of bed.
I'm a 30 to 45 minute napper.
I also got no sleep though as well, so I kind of needed it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of an extenuating circumstance, but like I just more than half an hour. I have lost the next 2 hours. They're gone.
I got you.
But yeah, I really love the "don't cry" part, and then Nick, like he said, I think the last, especially that last chorus in it, very very good.
Yeah, I just really like the guitar in this as well. I don't know why, like the high strung guitar a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of like, I don't know, like Drift Away chords or something, or like
I could see it.
Like I don't know, just like that pitch. I like the pitch of the guitar in this song.
I got you.
That's like a redeeming quality.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's like, it's weird to think of like my entire life, Jimmy Page has been like my favorite guitar player. And I really like rock and roll guitar players. But I think like at this point, I think Chris might be like my favorite guitarist, at least actively playing music.
Huh.
Okay.
I love his like phrasing and all of his solos. I'm just locked in the entire time. So good. I love his tones and stuff. Like I never wanted a wah pedal. And then I heard the solo to Private Presley and I was like, I think it's time I get a wah pedal. Especially now that I've got like a good headphone jack so I can actually, practice playing electric guitar. I'm like, all right, now it's time to start accumulating the pedals I've wanted for years but haven't been able to justify.
There you go.
But yeah, so if you guys are fine with it, I'd like to get into my favorite song on the album, which is "Give Up, Baby, Go." This was one where, like, the first listen through the record, I was like, "Oh, this is my new favorite. This is my new number one."
I remember you like,
immediately.
I remember like playing it and like just like looking at you, and like after it went off, I was like, yeah, he likes this one a lot.
Dude, that one, the immediate the boom boom boom. Like that rhythm lead in, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, we're hooting on this one, boys.
We're stomping.
We're fucking stuck. And so, yeah, just from start to finish, like the first listen, I was like, all right, I think that just replaced Vicky and Look Out for my number one on this record. And it still is true. That song, I still like. That shit is like addictive to me. That's one of those songs where I can listen to it just like looping. And I'm as excited the fifth time as the first time.
This song didn't seem like the craziest thing ever. So I'm wondering, like, why was it?
It just like
well, I think it's definitely the most boot scooting. It's definitely the most hooting and hollering, you know, with the rhythms they've got going on, like Jamie talked about, like the walk up on the bass, like the dum dum dum, and then how the guitar comes in, and like not because the guitar's pretty mellow. It's not necessarily
right.
Like
it's just got that like
super twangy, but like
that swing to it is so fucking intoxicating.
Yeah, the swing is a good way to put it, especially if you see I guess the music video isn't really country. Like they're just hanging out in a bar,
right?
But like, it really is kind of like the swing to it and the tone of the bass line, like the rhythm of the bass, and like I guess the guitar a little bit, but especially towards the end when well, no, like it's really just the bass and. Yeah, like dude, I don't know. I don't have much more to say about it. Like
I got you. For me, it's I can discern why it's the country ties, because I still have that where I have that background in my just what I enjoy. I like the older country, a lot of bass line walking, a lot of like rhythmic picking like that. That's really fucking good. But I love the combo of Neil's vocals and his delivery and his writing style with that like country-ish, rockabilly-ish kind of fusion going on in the background. Like the lead-in for the choruses, love it every time.
Knock it back and pow. Amazing, I cave in, 'cause all my worries slip away again. One for the party, baby. Puff on the road, drumming, knock back a drink. There's nobody home. Waking up Monday only to realize that your Saturday self ain't one you like. But I get by, don't you know? Give up, baby, go.
And then like where it says I never seem to knock it anyhow. Knock it back and pow. Amazing. I cave in and all my worries slip away. Get one. And then it goes into that rhythm again. That like the rhythm of that section where there's kind of like the pauses and then you're like leading in. And then the release of the chorus. Love that. It feels like textbook tension building immediately, like resolving that tension. I love that shit.
Yeah, that is a really good example, because you hear in music theory all the time people talking about tension building, and like I still don't really understand a lot about how different chords create tension, but like
I feel like that's something that you only can really understand like if you do it with your hand playing on an instrument. You're like, oh, that's what it feels like, because then you also, when you have the agency to control the resolution, you're like, oh, this is why people play the blues. Okay.
but like you definitely can hear the tension and release in just the structure itself in this song. It's super evident.
It feels like you're just hanging out with the guys at like some bar where the music's not that loud, and then you're just fucking joining in and just having a great time. And the fucking I absolutely love the end of the refrain according to Genius right into the chorus. That's like, especially the second time, that's like that might be my highlight point on the album, where I'm like, oh my God, this is so fucking good. The bridge, incredible. I don't think it's written down as a bridge in this, but phenomenal. Yeah, the structure of the whole song. I mean, the like lyrics of the song I also really enjoy. Like, it starts off like, oh, you know, I was at a bar because that's where you wanted to meet, and then you didn't show up. So I figured, yeah, one drink can't hurt. And then, like, you know,
and then
relapsing,
you're drunk,
kind of falling back down that slope.
And then you're doing acid.
And then
it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's just like, I like that where it's like, you know, I'm not, as someone who's not necessarily like an alcoholic, but there's still other things that you do where it's like you give in to like whatever peer pressure or like old habits die hard, that kind of thing. And then like you regret it afterwards. And then it's like, well, fuck. And so just kind of like that motif throughout it, it like ties in. I can like feel what that feeling, not to the extent of like, you know, being addicted to things, but they're still like, you know, that's a very relatable emotion. So hearing that, and just the fucking, that on top of all of the, yeah, like you said, you're ready for a long time, but you're on a roll of getting high. Let me be no other. Live in like another sip and I'll be fine. Like telling yourself it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And then you like, just all of that shit is so fucking good to me. And then, yeah, ending it with the give up, baby, go. And then the rhythm comes back in. All of that. Yeah. I love it so yeah, it's like easily my favorite song on the album. From like the first listen to it, I was like, oh shit. This is a fucking barn burner, Neil.
It's top 3 for me.
It's just one I don't think I will ever get tired of listening to it.
Yeah.
Just and from a songwriting standpoint, like phrasing it like knock back one for the party, baby, puff on the road. Let me knock back a drink. There's nobody home. Like, no one's waiting on me. Fuck it. What do I have to lose? Waking up Monday. But I love how it's written. Waking up Monday only to realize that your Saturday self ain't one you like. Just how it's like kind of backwards from a phrasing standpoint. And then I don't know. Just something about it has that je ne sais quoi for me. I just like
it has
one
that
of my favorite
factor.
songs in general right now is this song.
Yeah. I feel you 100%.
Fucking hater. The other song, though, that I would have like, if you asked me when I first listened to the album, I would say every song is good, but if I had to choose low points, it would have been, it might have been Lips Like Yours, but it definitely would have been Everything About You and Last Days of Lonesome. And I've really come around to Last Days of Lonesome. I like that song so much more now than I did when the album first came out.
Yeah, me too.
Like I think Jordan showed me someone you knew put that on their story like the weekend that it came out because you showed me in person. And I was like,
which one?
That's the song, Last Days of Lonesome. The one right after. And I was like, that's the song they put on their story? That's the low point in the album. But now I get it. That shit is so good.
It's just slower and like it's just really dreamy. And it's
Dude,
it is good.
Mm-hmm. Like the chorus on it, phenomenal. I've really fucking come around. Like, just especially the last one where Neil's really into it, where it does the part, you're needing me some more, but you're shotgunning a 40 face down before me. There's just something about them like,
needing me, but you're shotgunning a 40 face down before me. You know I would give it all for free. All for free.
Shotgun and a 40.
just vibing. And then you're like, oh my God, you're shotgunning
some
a
good rhyme.
40?
You're like, damn.
You're like fucking
Hey, white boy can rap.
You're like damn Greggles on TikTok slurping down that shit like that. I cannot do that.
Regals.
What's the? I don't know what that is.
It's the guy that the like I'm making piss guy, and he's got the picture.
Oh,
of
okay,
water and
okay,
one
yeah,
chugs
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Making piss.
I love his account. half of it is just that, and then the other one is just him fucking around on skis. Like he did the I can't be your man, she's a fucking fan, and then he grittied on skis.
Oh damn.
I was like, I want to be this man.
What's the last line in the last Days of Lonesome chorus? When he says like, you know I would. Did you say give it all for free?
Give it all for free.
Yeah.
But I thought he said all for you. But Genius says all for free, but I don't believe that.
I thought it said
all for
I
you.
thought it said free too. You could check the vinyl right now if you still have it here. Yeah. But I did think he said free, but I just thought that was a really poignant point.
It is, yeah. It's all for free twice. I thought it was all for free, and then I thought the second one was all for you, but no, it's all for free twice. I've been singing that one wrong.
But yeah, I just like that line a lot too.
Yeah, it's very good. And so that song I've really come around to. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of got that like dreamlike, ethereal quality to it.
Get A$AP Rocky on the feature, bro.
we need an A$AP Rocky and Peach Pit combo.
Weirdly enough, I don't think that would be like the worst thing.
No, I mean he did the song with Rod Stewart.
For this song, I don't think that would be like the most cursed thing.
That's the deluxe version. Is just A$AP Rocky featured on it. It'd be so fucking funny. Drips on a Wire wasn't one that like I had to grow on me. It was just one that I kind of overlooked. Mm-hmm. But it's very good. I've come around. I really like the chorus on it. The honey, I want you like yesterday.
That's textbook Windows down stuff. Like I don't even I don't even love the song like a ton. I do like it a lot, but it's not like my favorite. But just the way that whole chorus is structured, the way the whole song is structured, it's like I feel like I would hear this in like a Hulu show or like like a Netflix show or something like
like a peak like where the action starts to take off in a coming of age story.
Yeah, a teenage first kiss perhaps, something like that.
And then there's like that little musical hang up right before the chorus, and then the honey, and then it's just like, definitely, dude, definitely.
I was about to say I thought you said that like a little bit weird, but like
definitely, dude.
It was just barely. It's barely.
Yeah. I didn't do enough of the like fucked upness on the first one, so I had to do another take. Yeah, for sure.
You're like
definitely, dude. Definitely.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, no, I definitely wholeheartedly agree that's what that chorus should be.
Yeah,
windows down, cranked up, sunny day. 2015 was an interesting one.
Why was the song called that? Also, I assume that's something.
He says without you then be no other.
Yeah, he says it in the song. I'm not sure particularly why, but
I think it's just like 2015. I think they're a couple years older than us, so maybe that was like their senior year in high school or right after they graduated, kind of thing. And so it's just like a like impactful time in the life era for them, because they started this band for a high school project, if I remember correctly, between Neil and Chris, and then they for a class that they were in, they started the band, and then
that's crazy.
I think they all went to school together, and they were just like, oh hey, do you guys want to do a band thing? We kind of fucking around with this for our high school, for like this class project. And so then that's kind of like where, like, I'm pretty sure the song 17 and Peach Pit and all of that, I'm pretty sure that was written when they were 17, their senior year of high school. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. I know that they started it because something to do with school. But yeah, so I just assumed that 2015 was like a happy year, because it's talking about like, it's kind of a love song, I guess. Like without you, like life wouldn't be as grand. Like it wouldn't have as much sound and color, because every memory I have of sound and color, you're around, that kind of shit. But yeah, so I love the intro first verse, like just the rhythm the whole time. I'm like, ooh okay.
Without you, there'd be no color, there'd be no sound. All the memories that I have are days you're around. Without you to be my comfort, 2015 would have happened back inside my head.
Yeah.
Where we're going with
It is a really. It's really catchy, and
Without
it doesn't stand out to me as much as the other songs, but it is like
right.
just a song you can just leave on. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a terrible thing to say. It's much more than that.
No, I get what you mean.
yeah.
Though. I'm pretty sure that this is Vic's favorite song on the album.
Really? Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dang.
this is one where like if she cues up songs from this album, it's this song.
I do really love the chorus in this song and the little guitar notes that they hit when they like the never gonna give it away, and the guitar right then when it's like that stuff. I love that.
Down below, with everything that you can't hide away, they'll keep on coming, but it's down low. You never want to give it away. Chock full, tripping on them every day. Falling, thinking that it won't ever happen right. I'm out here thinking of it still. Could you be mine?
Phenomenal, dude. Chris's little fills that he does right there. That's the shit where I try to watch him live and I'm like, what's he doing? And then he's doing. But the thing is, he's so good, but it's not like a lot of other like classic rock guitarists where it's really good, but they're just playing power chords. So you can like kind of do it. He's playing intricate, like kind of like John Mayer type shit where he's like playing intricate, like very quick chord, like tone hunting shit. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck are you doing, Chris? I cannot keep up with that shit.
Like his fingers really are moving like all over the neck and stuff. Yeah.
Because he's not singing while playing lead. He's just playing lead guitar and he does it so fucking well. And I'm like, I can't do that. But I digress. Like Sweet FA is the solo to is the guitar melody to Santeria, but slowed down and kind of like chopped up. Mm-hmm. What? Huh? How do you hear that from that, dude? That's crazy. But yeah, so I really love 2015. Yeah, just the final verse and chorus together, so fucking good.
Yep.
Like the chock full, tripping on every day. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, you're right. Could not be better right there.
So catchy.
And then finally, the titular track from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Me too.
So
Like I say, I like this song too a lot.
oh hell yeah. Did you like the storytelling of it or the?
I liked his voice a lot.
Yeah,
One. I think it's a little bit more prominent in this song, especially at the beginning.
it's definitely very vocal centric. I would say, yeah.
Yeah. It's just a very soothing voice.
Yes.
And kind of like calms, lulls me into the song a little bit, calms me a little bit down. And just like, again, it's just one of these songs that progresses.
Yes.
Like as it goes on, you know, you add like an extra guitar strum here, you add like a bass a little bit. I can't like say specifics because I'm not that endowed, but musically endowed, but but I just like the way it builds, I think, the most. And like if I really went into like the core story, or like I assume you'll talk about that right now, I probably would also like it a little bit better, but just like
I will.
Of first.
I do love,
actually just tell me. Yeah. Or Nick, you go.
I do love how it starts with, it sounds more like a lullaby, like with the tone of his voice and just the acoustic guitar.
At 2 a.m., I'm out of bed as it came down. Was startled by a dream I
but
it's
it
so fucking good.
changes. It changes in a way that's not too out of pocket, but still pretty significant whenever the drums come in, and
that's
like
about when the story start to like the tension builds in the story of the song as well.
Yeah, and like I think it's a little funny that he's talking about emails in the song. But
yeah, because they're only a few. They're like 26, 27 right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
maybe
and
30 at the high end.
He's talking
So it's
about like reading
Yeah.
his ex's emails, and I'm like, what?
Interesting.
but
it is funny.
But it's to me, it's just kind of like it's like a quirk in the song that just makes it that much more.
It's just they're just quirked up indie boys, you know. They're just
Yeah,
quirked up white boys. I don't
It's
know.
like. I just like to sing along and think like, why did he say that? Like,
Why did he
like
say
why
your
why
email's open
like,
on my
like
phone?
if he's pulling from an experience, why was he reading her emails? Like,
But
what?
you know what's weird is somehow the fact that he said like your email's open on my phone feels like a more intimate and shameful invasion of privacy than like I read your phone while you were like in the bathroom or sleeping next to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fact that because like, you know, Vic's email's on my phone, but that's just because we've been out or like doing something and she's like, I don't want to get my phone. Let me just, you know, grab your phone, log into my email, check it or whatever. But then it's like, that's something that you wouldn't think to then like remove from an ex's phone.
Yeah.
And so it's something fairly benign, but it's still like, you know, if it's someone who you're only seeing once a year and then like, it feels like a more intimate invasion of like privacy to me than if you just like read someone's text messages. If you had like, you know, I hooked up with my ex and then I read through their phone. Like somehow the fact that you're just by yourself at home and you're still checking their email, that's like a more intimate invasion of privacy. So
Yeah.
I don't know why he threw it in there, but I think it kind of somehow delivers the point better than if he had said texts.
His ex is like, oh hey, Peach Bay came out with a new album. Let me listen. Get to the very end. She's like,
I'm gonna change my email
like,
password.
What the fuck?
didn't we hook up like a year ago or something? She texts him, yo, that lyric was that just like cut off the cuff or was that like was that me?
Seems a little sus. Seems a little.
It seems a little specific.
Did you look at my energy bill the other day?
My Duke Power.
They're Canadian, so it'd be
The
Moose
dream
Power.
Goose Power.
the dream that he had about her was just her electricity bill was too high.
The dream was just, babe, turn off the lights, dog.
Come on, it's not
Turn your
that
computer
cold.
off
Turn
when
the
you're
heat
not using
down.
it. At least put it to sleep.
Jeez.
Maybe you don't need the temperature at 68. Maybe you can get by with it at 70.
Just put some blankets on.
But yeah, I was gonna say a hallmark for me of this is just kind of like I've talked about it with all of their albums up to this point, like Tommy's Party on and even Private Presley on Being So Normal, and then things like You and Your Friends and Figure Eight and Camilla, I'm at Home, shit like that on You and Your Friends, and then now like this song, I love how it starts like. It starts off like at 2 a.m., you know, I'm out of bed. It kind of like I had a dream and then I was startled by a dream of like you and the guy you're hooking up with. Cause the song is like the narrator's not over their ex, right?
Yeah.
And so you're right. Like the music starts out like super sparse, kind of not really tensiony, kind of you're like a relaxing or whatever. And then the next verse, it builds oh my God. The next verse, it builds a little more from a musical standpoint. And then also he still says like at 2 a.m., your email's open on my phone. I'm reading them again alone, you know, kind of like the shame of that where it's like, you don't necessarily consciously make that decision, but you're like, I shouldn't have done that. That was like a weird thing. And then it's like that introspective, like, fuck, you know, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then it's the chorus is, do you want to make it, Annie? Do you want to make right off with me tonight? Like, do you want to run away together? And then the music really comes in there. And then it kind of goes back down where he says, at 2 a.m. and closer now to 3 for me. That's like the from 2 to 3 thing. It's like the spanning of the narrator's hours from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. doing like going through this whole episode. And you're waking up to see, but closer now to 3 for me, you're waking up to see the text I sent you about the dream I had, despite that I'm trying to let you be kind of thing, where it's like, I'm trying to give you space, but there's still the part of me that's not over you in whatever capacity. And so it's like, but that's another thing where I'm like, everyone can relate to that. You send a text where you're like, after you hit send and it delivers, you're like, should I have sent that?
Yeah.
Whether it be like a risky text or just like a whatever in general, like a regretful.
You up question mark?
Yeah, like just some sort of text where you send it and you're like, oh, yeah, it could be. As I sent that, I wish I could have taken that back.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be something like benign with something with someone that you have like just kind of a weird past with, like not incredibly like crazy or bad, but just something kind of strange that might not have been like defined, and you just like text them something that you thought was funny, and you're like, oh man, was that weird? Like, should I have done that?
Yeah, dude, I have that with like I don't normally reply to people's Instagrams, but like if I'm at like a party or something and I've had one drink, I become like, but it's not even like I'm not a Mr. reply Social guy to people because it's not like I'm trying to like, you know, like a reply guy is like, oh, you respond to like, you know, a woman's whatever because you're trying to you know,
get attention.
Go somewhere. Yeah. It's not that I just am like. I just become way more social. So I'm like, oh, that story was funny. I'm going to respond to this. And then I'm like, do they think I'm trying to, cause I'm not. So yeah, I definitely, like, I will have that where I'm like, this is a funny response. And all I did was like, say like, oh, that shit was hilarious. But I'm like, I hope they're not reading into this. And so, yeah, I mean, and like everyone has that feeling to some degree, especially in this like modern age of social media and, you know, text messaging and things. So yeah, that being thrown into the song, I'm like, this is such a relatable feeling where you're just like, maybe I shouldn't have done that one. Maybe I should have thought about that one a second longer before I press send, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, it ends up, and then it kind of wraps up the whole album on a question mark with the chorus again. Like, do you want to make it, you know, do you want to like run away or do you want to, but there was one part that I really like where he talks about like, I get by on you so heavily kind of thing where it's like, the once a year, you know, like discussion is enough to like get me by until the next year where I'm going to do some foolish shit. But I think, I really fuck with the song. It's very good.
It is good. I find something like, in a grand cinematic sense, like interesting about those types of scenarios. Like when in reality, like it's kind of toxic to think that way. Like it's or not toxic, but it's not like really great for your mental health to like rely on a connection like that with someone who like really probably doesn't feel the same way for you. But like, but there's a cinematic romanticism to it that like works well in movies and works well in music. And that's kind of enticing when you see it in those things. And
I was gonna say, doesn't it kind of play on the side where you're like kind of the eternally hopefulness of the human psyche?
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like at we're turning into film critics now. The
reason why, well, I mean, I guess just art in general, but the reason why, like, you know, we like paintings and we like movies and we like music where it's like this kind of not fairy tale story, but like that kind of scene plays out. It's because in, you know, maybe deep down in most people's brains, there's like that one thing where you're, you know, like a misconnection or like a regretful experience where you're like, you know what, maybe someday I'll right that wrong or someday something's going to work out, something, but you know, it's just kind of the eternal hopefulness of the human mind.
Yeah. I think we got to leave it there. I think we can't say anything more profound than that.
No, I think that's a good spot to call that right there.
Yeah.
And with that, we can go ahead and rate this album. If you guys are done, that's, oh my God, my Excel makes me look fucking
Ghostly.
I'm an
Jamie
apparition
looking like
now.
Casper.
Casper, a friendly ghost.
My light low key kind of bright too. I just haven't touched it this whole time.
No, my light. This is just from my Excel sheet.
Oh,
Because for some reason, dark mode only does the outside. It doesn't affect the cells.
do you not turn on your light
That
in your room,
sucks.
Jamie? Or
I
any light in
don't.
your room?
No, because when we start this podcast, it's fully daylight. And so, well, I have my light right
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but I don't have my room light on because I guess but because this light is like super cool and harsh, and so it kind of is weird with this light in the darkness.
Okay.
Once I'm in the other room again,
All will be
tentatively next week's episode, I will be in my like more permanent
I got you.
backdrop. God, it's so bright. But yeah, so we can go ahead and rate this one.
I think
chose
you-
the album.
Yeah. You go
So I
first,
will-
then me,
I will
then
go first.
Jordan, because he announces, right?
Correct. He announces next week's episode. For me, unsurprisingly, it is a 10 out of 10. I love this album. So, and a twist I'm sure everyone saw coming.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to backtrack? Are you positive?
I feel good. I think I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
This is the Nick's turn.
I know you were anticipating a high rating, Jamie, but I think I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 too. I really love
Incredible.
it. Like I love it. Like when I tell people that I don't know why I love it so much, but it really does make sense. It's just kind of like indie, catchy, groovy country. Like sounding
which
stuff
is
and
all,
like
which is
that-
all of your Hallmark music taste.
that's all stuff I love. And like the like slightly negative introspectiveness in their lyrics, but also just like the good timiness, like hanging out, having fun nature of their lyrics. It's all great. Wrapped up in a little perfect present for you and me, Jamie.
Yes,
10 out of 10.
sir. Could not say it better.
Yes. Unfortunately,
So-
I'll have to be the
So
bearer
we're gonna have to do
of
a
bad news.
third 10 out of 10 right now. The weight is on your shoulders,
Our
Jordan.
first perfect 10 album. That's crazy.
Yes. Sadly, I will also be giving this album a 3.
A
Damn.
3? I really thought
That's
like a
low.
4 or a 4.5. I'm surprised by the 3.
I don't see me listening to any of these songs ever again.
Fair.
Oh, well, I mean, just you wait because, you will, but you don't know it yet.
Okay. Well, maybe
Willfully.
eventually if we're in the same car. But
Willfully,
I just,
you'll never be listening to them.
this just isn't my music at all. And like I respect the production quality enough to like give it that, but it pretty much has no redeeming qualities for me. I'm sorry.
God damn.
That's very
It
funny.
has no redeeming quality.
You guys know this like isn't my like style though at all.
I know,
Like,
I know. I was thinking like, I'm surprised that this one scored lower than You and Your Friends for You. I really thought this
It
was
did?
going to
What?
be
I had to give the other one like a 3.5 then or something.
3.65. And then you gave
Interesting.
Being So Normal a flat 3 as well. So
Maybe I'm just tired and like rounding down and being grumpy, but I don't know.
Based on these two, I would have guessed like 4 based on those scores.
It probably could have gone either way.
I really hate that Being So Normal was our 5th episode because I feel like if we did that again, I would be able to articulate so much more about that album.
Dude, that's how I feel about Meet the Woo 2 as well, because
Yeah.
that was also very
All-
early pick. That was like our
and
second
Turn Blue.
episode.
That album has become
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my top albums since that episode. I've come to love
Yeah.
it so much more, but it's just like, well,
Yeah, we'll
the
never
most I
do
can
it.
do is adjust my rating.
We'll never do a Willie
Yeah.
Nelson album ever again, but unless we do, we might do Stardust eventually. But that's
Okay.
it's not that sad or anything. It's just a good little classic album.
Right. Okay. So this is joining a rarefied company in that we only have 2 other albums that have 2 10s as well. Can you guess what they are? They're very obvious. Once you know them, they'll be very
The
obvious.
Mac and Miller album.
Nope. Only 1 10.
Good Kid,
Just
Mad
me.
City.
Nope.
Pursuit.
Sound and
The
Color
Kid
has
Cudi
2
one.
tunes.
Sound and Color is one of them.
The Kid Cudi one.
Nope.
No.
I don't even know if that one got 110.
It's one of the ones that you guys had.
I know.
It's
together
Southeastern.
probably.
Oh, okay.
And
Makes
both
sense.
of those 10s came from me and Nick for all three of those.
Yeah.
Yes, I was about to say. I don't usually give an out. Like I don't know. I'm very picky with my music, so I usually can't give an album a 10.
Yeah.
I
Meet
was
the Blue
before we
Two.
started this podcast, and I'm just like, you know what? No, if I really love it, 10.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think I love an album that much. Like I have always been a single song kind of guy. Like I'm not like I've never been like let me put on an album kind of guy unless it's like Meet the Woo 2 that I actually would give like a 10.
You did give it a 10 in the re-rating.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying I'm not a put on the album guy unless I would give it a 10.
Oh, gotcha.
Which I did.
Okay, gotcha. Same year, 2 10s. Meet the Woo 2. Do you know what the other one is?
Wait, let me think.
Dude, I don't know this.
It's not Pop Smoke, right?
I was just surprised. No, it's not. I was surprised when I just filtered it.
Wait, let me think. I feel like I should know.
It's not that it's not that surprising, but I was a little bit surprised.
Is it Kanye?
It is.
Okay, it's probably Ye, right?
It is. Yeah, it's Yay.
Really?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's Jordan's 2 10s. Meet the Woo 2 and Yay.
That's
I would also
Dropout.
shuffle that album.
Um,
At this point, I probably would give College Dropout a 10, but I probably gave it like a what, like an 8 or 9.
Let me just.
Sorry, we don't have to go over all this. You got me curious now.
you gave
I
Yay a 10, but not the College Dropout. That's insane.
Dude, okay, Ye is a shorter album.
An 8.5.
That's
Damn.
wild.
I'll probably rate that
I don't
one
know what
higher.
I gave the College Dropout, but
I'm not surprised you didn't give it a 10, but you gave Ye a 10 because it's shorter. But I am surprised you gave it an 8.5 and you gave Ye a 10. That's
I'll
surprising.
probably change it. That one's a re-rating.
That'll be on the
I'm pretty
docket
sure.
for the re-ratings.
I
You gotta
think again, like
figure out when
going into
that'll be.
albums, like deciding the more songs there are, sometimes the more like potential error they have too. You know, so like
oh yeah.
Ye was short enough where I just
isn't
like
that kind of what like the law of averages is?
I mean, yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like that's probably why like
Yeah.
it's not surprising to me I gave that one a 10 because I like every song on there and it's like 30 minutes long or like 20 or something. I don't even know.
And when I'm thinking of
And it has Ghost Town on it.
yeah, and when I'm thinking of the College Dropout, I'm thinking of like Jesus
The
Walks,
highlights.
like
Yeah.
Last Call, like
Yeah.
Through the Wire. Like I'm not thinking of like Slow Jams, which is a good song, but it's not.
No,
like,
it is. And
amazing.
I've revisited it a lot too since then. So,
We Don't Care. Love it.
dude, I've always loved that. I think that was the first song I liked
put me
off
onto
that
that, yeah.
album.
Really?
Dude, it was-
Jesus
it's
Walks
such
has
a good
always been like a top Kanye song for me.
It has, but
Jesus
like,
Walks,
I don't know.
show me
Got a
the-
little.
Yeah, I don't know. I love it.
Anyways,
But
anyway,
the average for this album, despite Jordan's best efforts, it is still 7.67, and it is tied with Rage Against the Machine by Rage Against the Machine for 16th overall. Directly below A/B by Kaleo, which is at 7.81, and just above An Awesome Wave, Living Room, The New Abnormal, and The Slow Rush, which are all tied for 17th at 7.63. So it's in the upper quarter. Interesting. 2 fucking 10s and a 3.
sorry.
Jordan, pop off. What are we listening to next
I'm
week?
just fucking you, brother. Oh, but I did want to say I find it interesting how much Nick liked this more than the last Peach Pit album we did. Because
What did
the
I give
last
that?
one you gave a 5.75. You gave it below a 6.
I should have gave it like a 6.5. I must have been in a bad mood. I don't
I
know.
don't know, bro. That song is an easy 8.
Because I love Black Licorice and I love Figure 8, Psychics in LA,
Yeah.
Shampoo
The
Bottles.
album is just those songs in different versions the whole time. You bitch. All right, so that's where we are really quick because it is long-winded, but sorry. I love Peach Pit.
My earpods are gonna die.
2 10s, bro. I hope not. Do you not charge your shit?
I do. I just
He did. He just used it the whole podcast.
Yeah, it's got like a 6-hour battery life.
Really? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever used both of them this long. Usually I'm a 1 AirPod man.
Oh, I'm a 2 noise canceling guy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, because the work I do is coding by myself most of the time, so
Fair.
I don't need to hear other things. All All right, so Jordan, what are we going to be listening to next week?
We're going to be listening to the new album, Bible, by Fabio Foreign.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot that came out. Yeah.
His debut album.
Let's go.
I think co-produced by Kanye. So.
Is City of God is on here, right? Or is
Yes.
that okay? I didn't know if it was
Yeah.
on here or Donda too, or both.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
You said City of Stars?
I feel like you've made that joke 12 times.
I'm pretty sure that anytime the song gets brought up, I make that joke, which is embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's
Nice. Well,
there's a
forward to
cool sample on here too.
I'm ready.
Well, I am actually excited that this will kind of make me kind of step into your world more. It's been a while because of our 3 months of guest episodes. Nice. And then we'll just really quick. Check out.
Oh
Nick's
yes, yeah.
playlist.
Check out the playlist. It's
Nick's Mix.
check out
We've
the
settled on the name. Nick's
Yep.
Mix #1.
Yep. It's mostly new music with a little bit of, actually, that's not statistically true. It's half new music, half music that we've covered. No, it's half new music, a quarter music that we've covered on the podcast, and then a quarter songs that just glue it together, like random songs that I enjoy that I feel like fit the vibe of the playlist. So
Yep.
yeah.
And where
The-
can they find that playlist?
It's in our link tree, and it's on our Spotify account. So I think it's one of 3 playlists on there, but you'll be able to find it through our link tree on our Instagram and on our Twitter. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Instagram at ListenUpPod, Twitter at ListUpPodcast. Should you be so inclined. Yeah, nice. Well, then we'll just wrap this one up with a very abbreviated recent listings. Thank you if you've stuck around this far. For me, a lot of Peach Pit, obviously, just in general. And then also the band Palace. I don't remember the album name, but it's the album that has Bitter and Live Well on it. I have been rinsing that album just out of the blue, kind of. I just found it and then have been, it's called So Long Forever. That album specifically, I've just been like throwing on, just listening all the way through. Phenomenal. There are other stuff I've kind of checked out and it's been kind of like, okay, but this album, they nailed whatever the sound is that I really like. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly mostly it for me. Other than that, just a bunch of like mixes and shit like that. So,
Gotcha.
nothing
got anything,
of note.
Jordan?
Yeah, I've been listening to a little bit of Yeet more, just like his
More Yeet?
popular stuff. More
Yeet.
I've been listening to Lil Wayne a little bit more too, trying to get a little bit more into his discography. City of Gods, I've been listening to a lot. What else? I usually just listen to my on repeat now because it's kind of just what I like to listen to a lot. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I got you. I got back into some country stuff today at work, starting with "Marry Me" by the Drive-By Truckers. Always a good time. That was my lunch song driving back to work today. Good time.
Check it out on episode
I don't know.
74 of this
There you go.
podcast on Decoration Day.
But outside of that, kind of just a random amalgamation of stuff. I've been into the album "Change Phobia" by Rostam. I like it a lot. He's a producer and former member of Vampire Weekend, but he produced he produced Clairo's first album. He helped produce Time's newest album. I think On the Way he produced Carly Rae Jepsen's newest album, but there's no music out from it yet. They've just been teasing it. But yeah, he's kind of like the under the radar Jack Antonoff, who makes
Gotcha. Okay.
equally as good like pop music. And a lot of episodes of the podcast How Long Gone. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Nice.
Nice.
Am I
Well,
outroing
alright.
or you got
No, I do the owl of the outros.
it? Okay.
We just rotate the intros. Yeah, we had this discussion before the podcast. We forgot that this was a thing we did because it's been 3 months since we've done our own episode.
Little out of practice.
Okay,
now
so we kind of used a crutch. Whatever.
Now it's iron sharpens iron, baby. Steel sharpens steel.
Yes.
We're going crazy.
God, this
Nose to the
Excel sheet
grindstone.
is so fucking bright. Okay, it's called Bible, right, Jordan? The album.
Yeah.
Okay.
B.I.B.
Yep. Say all that.
L.E.
No,
Hey, it is an acronym, so
it's Greek for book. Confirmation, baby. Talking about it on the Mount Joy episode. Been through that shit. But anyways, we will finally take this one out to pastures. We just wanted to say thanks for listening this week all the way through it, and watching it if you did that as well, because you can do that now. Remember to tune in next week, where we're going to be taking a look at Bible. It's an acronym by Fabio Foreign. Be sure to listen to it as much as you want, so you can kind of have your own thoughts and mentally join in the discussion, quote unquote, with us. If you would like to also join in the discussion, you can do so by throwing a comment on our socials or on the YouTube episode as well. We're going to be on Twitter at ListUpPodcast and Instagram at ListenUpPod. And those accounts, as well as our personal handles and the merch link and the Spotify link to Nick's playlist, among other playlists we have. They're all going to be in the link tree that's at the link tree at those socials, and then in the description of wherever you found this episode as well. Finally, if you enjoyed this episode, if you could throw a rating or review on your respective audio platform and subscribe and like the video on YouTube, then that'd be great. And if not, we'll just be a little bit sad. Not sad enough to cry though. And,
Never.
Yeah. Other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.